Okay. So these things you need to know. So let me show you a couple of small questions. These are not exam level questions. I'm showing this to you just to train you. 3% of 5 means 3 divided, percent means divide by 100. Okay. Of means multiply, and 5 is 5. That's number 2. Okay. Look at number 3. What percent of 3? What always means x. Percent always means divide by 100. Of always means multiply, and 3 is 3. Okay. So these two you need to memorize. I mean, this using this techniques you need to memorize. So let me go to your exam level question. This question right here, example 3. That's an exam level question. So let me take a picture of this and put it in your notebook. And you don't have to copy things because I'm going to send you these notes at the end of the session. All right. So just focus on learning and asking questions. All right. Just don't waste time copying things unless it really helps you or something. All right. Okay. A is A. E means equal to. 2050 is a number. Percent means divided by 100. Of means multiply, and B is B. That's your clue. Okay. What means X. Percent means divided by 100. Of means multiply. A is A. E means equal to, and B is B. See, I did not even think. All I did was I followed it like a dictionary. That's my puzzle. I have to figure out what this X is, right? So how do I figure that out? I write down here. Let's say X over 100 times A equals to B. So I need to find out what this X is. So first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of the 100 at the bottom. I'm going to multiply both sides with 100. So 100 and 100 cancels. So I have an X times A. Now I want to divide both by A. Okay. Divide both by A, and I have A and A gone. So X is really equal to 100B divided by, what is A? Well, we can look at the clue now. 250 over 100 B. B and B cancels. So X is 100 divided by 250 over 100. So you're supposed to flip it, right? 100 times 100 over 250. So what you do is 0 and 0 cancels. 25 and 100 reduces to 4. 4 times 10 is 40. So you see that X is 40. Can you follow it?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty straightforward math, but sometimes it's kind of hard to understand what the question's saying. So if you know the translation table, you can see it becomes so much easier, right? So that's like the first step. You need to memorize that translation table pretty much. Okay, I put it on up here. Okay, so you can print it out and copy. Okay. And if you feel like taking a picture of it in your phone, some people like it that way. You can do that. I'll go back to that. Take a picture of it, maybe. It's good to have this one in your repertoire. There you go.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep. Take a picture of it.
All right. Cool. Okay. The next app I want you to learn is look at question number 4. Question number 4. You do goes. It says. Let me take a picture again. We'll take both of these 4 and 7. Yeah. Screen. Okay. Okay, the app you need to know is you need to make tables and charts. Okay, tables and charts helps you organize your question. Okay, like here you can see that Sarah and John needs to have their own column. All right. So 6 years ago. So now what you have is
-6.
Yeah. So 6 years ago you got now Sarah is S, John is J. There's no relationship. You cannot call it X and 2X or anything like that. So the critical thing here is to see that they are not equal. All right. So then you go back 6 years. if you go back 6 years, Sarah was 6 years younger, and John was also 6 years younger. Again, they're not equal. Your goal, with algebra problems, with word problems, is to convert it to something equals to something. You know the word equation? You've been hearing it since you were little, right? Equation.
Yeah.
Equation means you're supposed to make something equals to something. That's when you can do math. Until you make something equals to something, you cannot really do too much math, right?
Yeah.
So what do? Well, you can see the left side and right side. You can see if John was like 10, Sarah must have been like 40, so you can see that because she was 4 times as old. So really, to make it equal, you need to multiply John with 4. So these are dummy numbers. I'm going to get rid of this. So basically, you should have 4, a minus 6 is s minus 6. So this is the critical part. See that? Equals. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's go. 4 is 5. Okay. Number 7. Can you try number 7 yourself using the app I just showed you? Go ahead and try it, and I'll jump in and show it to you once you. Okay.
So Phil and Sam and us. Even after Phil gives Sam 6 compact discs,
Okay.
she has 16 more compact discs than Sam. Wow, this book must be old. I don't see these anymore.
Yeah. The questions are old.
Yeah.
The book's not old.
So even after Phil gives Sam, so B minus 6,
Yeah.
she still has 16 more he still has 16 more compact discs than Sam. So S plus 16.
Well, you have to go event by event. You can make a table like this, and I'll bring it here. You have make a table like this. Phil, Sam. So even after Phil gives Sam 6 CDs, so before Phil has P and Sam has S, and that's not equal. So later, Phil will give Sam 6. So Phil will lose 6, and Sam will gain 6. That's not equal either, right? And then, to make it equal, you have to go to the store and buy 16 CDs for Sam, right? Now they'll be equal. Get it? Now, this and this. Okay? It should be equal. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try another question like this. You need to get this app completely. It's a very important app to know. This one, example 1. Go ahead and try it first. Let me just take a picture of this so I can put in a copy of the notebook. Yeah, go ahead.
Sam is twice as old as John. 6 years ago, Sam was 4 times as old as John was then. How old is John now? Okay, so John, Sarah, and John. So 6 years ago, Sarah was 4 times as old as John was then. And now Sarah is twice as old as John.
Okay. Yep. Sarah, right now she's twice as old.
How old is John now? So we're trying to find out how old John is now. So is it S times 4 equals J, and then S times 2 equals J?
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you need to break it into put it in a table. So now the important thing is, be careful about creating too many variables. In the last question we created two variables, S and J. But here we already know that Sarah is twice as old as John. So you can just call John X, Sarah 2X.
Okay.
Right? So that's a very important technique to know. Never create too many variables. Okay? And then 6 years ago, so if you go back 6 years, it'll be 2x minus 6 here and x minus 6 here, and that's not equal either. Okay? So you want to make it equal. So just like that question we did, you multiply John with 4. Now you have to do a little bit of basic algebra, and I would like to see if you can do that. If not, I need to train you on something else. So go ahead and try it first.
What happened to 6 years ago? Sarah was 4 times as old as John.
Yeah, I went back 6 years. That's why both were 6 years younger. But then you needed to multiply John with 4 to get it done.
Okay. So 2x minus 6 equals 4x minus 24. Get the x's on each side. Minus 2x minus 2x. Negative 6 equals 2x minus 24 plus 24 24. 18 equals 2x divided by 2. 9. X equals 9?
Yes. Good. All right. Okay, let's do one more question like this, and then we'll move on to the next app. We need to master this app. So let's try example 5 on the right side. Go ahead.
Yeah, example 5. Phil has 3 times as much DVDs as Sam has. Even after Phil gives Sam 6 DVDs, he still has 16 more DVDs than Sam has. What was the original number of DVDs that Phil had? Kept. So what we're looking for is DVDs. So Phil and Sam. Phil is 3x, 3 times as many DVDs as Sam. Sam is x. And Phil is 3x minus 6. And then is Sam 3x plus 6 since he's getting 6 DVDs.
Okay. Yeah, she's getting, so she'll have plus, she'll have plus 6, yeah.
So on one side I have Phil is 3x minus 6, and then Sam is 3x plus 6.
Yes. So Sam will have x plus 6. Because Phil will have 3x. Yeah.
Yeah, just x plus 6. And then even after Phil gives Sam 6 DVDs, he still has 16 more DVDs than Phil has. So Sam is also plus 16.
Okay.
No, Phil is plus 16.
You have, okay.
right?
Yeah, 3x minus 3x minus 6 will be x plus 6 plus 16. Yeah.
Equals x plus 6 plus 16 is my, yeah. So 3x minus 6 equals x plus 6 plus 16.
Perfect. There you go. Now wrap it up. Let's finish it up and we'll move on to the next step.
2x equals 16. So x equals 8.
X equals to, x equals to 8.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Nope.
Algebra mistake there, you know.
There's a 24. X equals 8, and then Phil's original number is 3 times.
X is not 8. You're like you're close. Let me just fix it. Okay, let me just show you how you are thinking there. If you started off with 3x versus x for Phil and Sam, that's like before. Then after you have 3x minus 6, and that's x plus 6. They're not equal before or after. You got to keep going. So what you do is you get 16 DVDs for Sam. Okay. When you do that, they will be equal. So you do 3x minus 6 is x plus 6 plus that is 22. Okay. So now you got to solve x. You subtract x from both sides. Let me know if you're not good at these things. You need to become good at this if you're not. It's 22. The plus 6, you have 2x equals to 28. Divide by 2, x equals to 14. Okay?
14.
Now, at the end of the question, always read the end. Okay? After you do all the work, read the end of the question. Because, you know, they may be asking something completely different. They're asking how much Phil had. So they're not really asking what x is. Because a lot of if 14 was a choice, a lot of students would answer 14 and move on, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, you have to be very careful. That's a very important trick to know. Read the end of the question one more time. They're asking for Phil's age, so they're asking for 3x. 3x is 42. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Move on. The next app is about percentage. So I'm going to show you. Let's go back to the translation table and I'll show you something first, and then I'll move on to. See, these are bunch of apps for percentage. You might want to take a picture of this, but I'm going to summarize all this. Go ahead and take a picture of this. Good stuff. Make it bigger.
Got it.
Okay. So here, go to the question. I will copy it here first. So who's your favorite filmmaker?
That's hard.
A lot of them.
I do a lot of like abstract film and experimental film.
Very
so
nice.
mainstream film doesn't really interest me that much, though I do really like Hitchcock though.
Yeah, me too. I don't like mainstream films either. Too much. I get bored.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. With percent change, what happens is, let's say if you invest, you know, $40. Okay. You buy something for $40 and you sell something for $10 more, $50. Okay. The change was plus 10, right? So if you need to know what percent did it change, what you do is you put the change on top, original at the bottom. Have you seen Kurosawa's all the movies?
What was that?
Kurosawa, Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I see a little bit.
The change, I call this COP method. Change on top, original at the bottom, P there. So that change is 10. 40 at the bottom times 100%. 25%. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one app that's going to be very, very useful for you. Okay, COP, change of our original. Okay. Another important app for the exam is, let's say something goes up, like something goes up 10%. You need to multiply it with 1.10. If something goes up 30%, you need to multiply with 1.30. Okay. If something goes down 15%, you need to multiply with 1 minus 0.15, which is 0.85. Okay.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If something goes down 25%, you need to multiply 1 minus 0.25 or 1.75. So you need to know this thing so you can do things much quicker. Let me show you an example, and I'll show you how the book did it. And this is a good book, but even this book doesn't do it the right way. Okay, look at this example 6 here. Okay. And can you use the app I just showed you to try to do this? Go ahead and try it first.
Yeah. So if Q is 10% greater than, so translate that to 1.1, then P and R is 10% greater than Y. QR is what percent greater than PY? Okay.
Okay. Let me know if you need help.
Yeah, I don't know where to start.
You don't know where to start. What you should do is, we'll take a picture of this also. Screen. You should do is Q is 10% greater than P. So you need to write Q equals to 1.10P. See what I was showing you earlier, right?
Yeah.
And R is 10% greater than Y. R equals to 1.10Y. So if you multiply the left side, you have QR. If you multiply the right side, you have 1.21 PY. Okay? So what you get here is 21%, right? Just by looking at this. Get it?
Wait, where did the 1.21% come from?
1.1 times 1.1, it's like 11 times 11, 121. And you get the decimals back, it's 1.21.
Gotcha.
So if you notice that, you can do this problem very quickly, and you know that it's up 21%, If you don't notice that, you know how long it takes. Look at this. If you don't know this app, look how long did the book take here. Look at the left. Yeah. See all that explanation, see that on the left side?
Yeah.
It goes to the end of the page and it goes back to the, goes back another column. So it's like page and, quarter or something. Get it? So you need to know these little apps. The apps make the exam so much easier. Okay? Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's see. The next thing we need to know is let's skip this. But I'm going to go into some questions data bank, and then we can go through some questions there, and I'm going to teach you some apps as we go. Okay, to the question. These are like real exam type questions. Okay? Oops, I want to go on. Okay. Question number 2. Go ahead and try it first. Let me make it bigger. Did you make your screen full screen?
Yeah.
You can make full screen, yeah. Try number 2.
Yeah, kind of preparing a solution that would include 35 milligrams of chemicals. She actually used 36.5% milligrams. What was her percentage error to the nearest 0.01? Okay, so change over original equals percent. So the change is 36.4 minus 35.
Okay. Yeah, that would be the change.
0.4. So 1.4 over the original, which is 35.
Okay, 35 changes to 36.4, right?
So is it 0.04? Is it A?
No, it's not actually. Let me take a picture of this.
And that would be C. Oh.
What happened here is 35 changed to 36.4. So the change was plus 1.4, right?
Yeah.
Using the COP method, remember the change goes on top, plus 1.4, divided by original, which is 35, times P, which is 100%. Okay, percent. So when you do that, that turns out to be 140 divided by 35. If you divide by 5 and 5, you get 7, 28. Divide again, that's 4 and 1, so which is 4%.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Okay.
So the answer should be E. All right?
Yeah.
You're sort of on the right track. You just didn't multiply with 100.
Yeah.
Okay. Try number 3.
Okay. The retailer buys radio from a wholesaler for $75. He then marks up the price by 1/3 and sells it at a discount of 20%. What was his profit on the radio? So 75, it's going up, so times 1.3.
Ooh.
1.33.
Yeah, you don't have to do it like that. You can see the difference. The 75 goes up 1/3. What is 1/3 of 75? 25. So it becomes 100. Get it?
Yeah.
So instead of decimals and
Yeah.
And then
Sells it at a discount of 20%. So 20% of 100.
okay. Yep.
Is 80.
Yep. Perfect.
So then his profit is $5.
Yep. Exactly. See, 100 is a magic number. When you do percentages from 100, you can do it very easily. Subtract the 20. So that's why sometimes I'll show you. You should plug in 100 to do some problems. So just make it faster. Okay. Yeah, try number 4. 4 is an important question also.
Blueprint. 1 per inch represents 1 foot. If a window is supposed to be 54 inches wide, how wide would its representation be on a blueprint? Yeah, 56 inches is how many feet? 56 inches is 4 2/3 feet.
You're better off converting the feet to the 1 foot to inches. You know, if you're doing it that way.
Convert the 1 foot into inches.
Yeah.
Okay. I can make it like a ratio, right?
Yeah.
Is it A?
A as in apple?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Okay.
Cool.
So let me show you how I set it up. There is an app for this, cross multiplication is a wonderful tool, but there are 2 traps for cross multiplication, okay? Cross multiplication trap. Number 1 is unit trap, and number 2 is dimension trap. They're going to change the unit on you, and they're going to change the dimension on you and try to trap you, right? So this is one way you can overcome the unit trap. This one has a unit trap because it changed the units. So let's say you always write down the clue, whatever is given, and then you write down clue 2 because this is where you make the adjustments, clue adjustments. Okay? And then you write puzzle. Then you'll never fall into their traps. Okay? So what did they give us? The map and real. So the map here, they gave us 1/4 inch. The clue is 1/4 inches. In real life, 1 foot. The puzzle is 56 inches. And the answer is in X inches. Okay. So the inches and inches here are correct. But the problem is they trapped you by putting foot and inch here, different things. So you need to have the same things before you cross multiply. Okay. Cross multiplication is a common trap. Right? So what you do is you convert this you don't have to change 1/4 inch. This one will be 12 inches. Now you cross and cross, okay? You cross like this, right? So when you cross it, what do you have? X times 12 equals to 1/4 times 56, which is 14. Divide by 12, X is equal to 14 over 12. That's 7 over 6. That's 1 1/6.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. All right. We'll work on some dimension trap questions later. Let's look at this question. Question number 5. How'd you do it?
The radius circle increases by 50%, what will the percent increase in the circumference of the circle? So would it be 1.5 times 2 pi r?
1.5.
Because it's increased by 50%.
1.5. Yeah, that's true. You can think of it like that. Yeah.
So would it be it increased by 100%, right?
No,
No.
not really.
I don't know.
Let's see. You have. Let me take a picture of this also. I'm going to teach you 4 apps with this question, right? 4 different apps, and all these are important apps. A couple of those I have already shown you. So what you should do is you should write down whenever you see a circle. Write down card, circumference, area, radius, and diameter. Okay. The interesting thing about card is all you need to know is one of these 4. If you know one of these 4, you can find everything else about the circle. Okay. Just find out R from that, and then find out the rest of it. Right. So that's and they're all related, and they keep things organized, because I see students mix up circumference and area a lot of times. I see students mix up area and radius and diameter a lot of times. So it's a common common mistake. So you got to watch out for it. So this card helps you from making those silly mistakes. Okay. So what you do is you also do before after. Okay. Make a before after chart. So what happens here is, well, you have made some space here for all the important things about the excuse me, something went wrong. Okay. So you have made space for all the important things about the 2 circles, before and after circles. Okay, and before and after makes the questions much easier. Okay. If you look at this, it increased by 50% when they don't give you any ratio. Actually, when they don't give you any number, when they give you ratio, plug in 100. 100 is your best friend. When they give you percentage, plug in 100. When they give you real numbers, don't plug in 100. Plug in 100x. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the plugins that that are very useful. So, and that's probably one of the most important apps for the exam. So here you can see that radius went up 50%. So you plug in 100 for radius. Then you see that it went up 50%. It will be 150. Make sense?
Yeah.
And then 2 pi r, like you said, should be 200 pi. 2 pi r here should be 300 pi. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So the 4th step would be COP method. We already know that. This 200 pi changes to 300 pi. So the change is last 100 pi. So you do the COP, and you have 100 pi over 200 pi multiply with 100%. So pi and pi cancels. 0 and 0 cancels. 2 and 100 cancels to 50. So the change is 50%. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, any confusions?
No, it makes sense.
Let's try another one. Try one of, let's see. What app can you use here? Number 6. Hold on a second. Popping up. Here you go. 7.
7.
Yeah.
You can't use cup, right?
Well,
you can make the chart though.
You know what? The interesting thing is, you don't even have to use COP if you use one of the apps I showed you. You can even skip the whole step of COP.
Make a chart.
Yeah. Oh no, not chart. Here, I'll show you.
Plug in numbers.
Yeah, let me show you. Yeah, plug in 100. 100 is your best friend for this exam,
Yeah.
Plug in 100. It'll make it so much easier. I'll show it to you. Yeah. So if you plug, see, they give you percentage and ratio. They did not give you any real number. So you can plug in 100. So plug in 100. And then what happens is it goes up 40%. So it's easy to see it will go up to 140, right? And now there's a 10%, it's 10% discount. 10% of 140, because that's where the discount happens, not 100 discount. You should subtract 14, right? You get rid of the 0. So you have 126. At this point, I don't want my students to do any more math. You should look at this and know that it's 26%.
Yeah.
You see that? If you used a different number from 100, if you used 50 or 2 or 10 or 11 or something, whatever, then you have to do the COP method. But 100 just saves you a whole lot of time. You can basically do this question in your head. 100 goes to 140, subtract 14, 126, that's 26%. We are done,
Yeah.
So you need to know these little things, okay? Okay, the next important app I want to make sure you know is, okay, let's try number 12.
Number 12.
Yeah.
Hearing a thermometer, Mr. Downs mistakenly observed temperature of 72% instead of 77 degrees, sorry, not percent. What is his percentage error to the nearest 100? So, cup. So, change.
Yep, it is cup. Perfect.
5 over 72 times 100.
Okay. 5 over 72. You're assuming that just because that's a smaller number, that should go at the bottom.
Oh.
Think about it.
So it should be 5 over 77.
Exactly.
Right?
That is very important to see what's happening here. So that's where if you draw a picture, like let me show you. If you draw a picture, you'll see you won't make that mistake. You'll see that 77 basically changed to 72 minus 5. So using the COP method, we put minus 5 on top, 77 at the bottom times 100%. Okay, and then you just plug it in the calculator because you're allowed to have a basic calculator. Okay, 500 divided by 77 and 6.49, right?
Yeah, the negative doesn't matter though, right?
Well, it says decrease,
Oh, so just change
or percent error. I mean, if the question had negative 6.49, that would be more accurate, But all they're saying is the error. So error could be positive or negative. Okay, number 13.
businessman buys 1,440 dozen pens at $2.50 a dozen, and sells them at a price of 25 cents a piece. What is his total profit on the lot of pens? You do 1440 times 2.5.
Oh.
Or should I get it out of dozens?
Well, you have to see which part is in dozens, which part is in singles, so to watch out for that.
Yeah. Should I do 1440 times 12 to get out of dozens?
Yeah. Well, actually, you don't need to do that anymore because there's an echo now. Did you change your headphone or something?
Oh, sorry, what?
Did you use a different headphone? Because I'm hearing myself talking.
No, but I'll switch to headphones.
Okay, just a second ago I wasn't hearing my echo. Now I hear my echo.
Okay, I'll switch to headphones.
Okay. Because otherwise I hear myself as I talk, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So it's 1440 dozens, 250. So you can make a chart here. You can make a chart like this: buy, sell. So what did they buy? 1440 pence. How many pence? 1440 dozens. And that's 250. So you multiply with 250. When you put that in the calculator, and you have 3,600. Okay. On this side, you sell it 1440. You need to multiply it with 12 to get how many pence, and then multiply with 0.25. When you multiply that, you get 4320. So the change here was plus 720. Get it?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Try question number 14.
Yeah. On the map, 1 inch represents 1,000 miles. The area of a country is actually 16 million square miles. What is the area of the country representation on the map? So the ratio is 1 inch is 1,000 miles. We're trying to figure out what X is to 16 million square miles. Is it E?
See, this one has a trap, you know.
Yeah.
The trap is
the square miles.
Yeah, the square miles. See, this is remember I was telling you about cross multiplication traps, the unit traps. This one is one with the dimension trap. Okay, they change the dimension on you. So what you need to do is you need to again create that clue 2, and puzzle chart. Okay, so that in clue 2 helps if you make all the adjustments. Okay. Before clue 2, you have no adjustment. So don't cross multiply until you get a clue 2. Then clue 2, you make sure all the dimensions are the same, all the units are same. So in map, real, what you do is you say 1 inch, 1,000 miles, and 16 million square miles. Okay, miles square. Now look at the answers. Answer is in inch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So don't cross multiply because you don't have enough. You don't have the right dimension. Okay. Inch and inch, miles and miles are same, but you need to convert it to two dimension. So 1 inch times 1 inch is 1 inch square. We put 1 inch square here. 1,000 miles times 1,000 miles is 1 million miles square.
Yeah, that's where it was confusing.
Miles. Now, if you cross multiply, x will just be 16. Get it? Now you got now you have the license to cross multiply. Before that, you didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The next app, yeah, 15 is also covers an app we kind of did. So it's not as hard as it looks. Actually, it's much easier.
So can I stick in numbers for this?
Yes.
So for radius, I put like 1. And for height, I put 1. Would that be?
Sure,
right?
Sure. You can do that. You can you make a before after chart. You know.
Yeah.
If something changes.
So before. After b equals 1/3 pi radius times 2. So if the original radius is 1, then the radius would be 2. So 2 squared. And if the original height is 1, divided by 3 would be 1/3. So it would be. I don't know. I got lost.
Okay. Take a picture. Okay, if you make a before after chart here, what happened with 1/3? It doesn't change, right?
Yeah, 1/3.
What happened to pi? It doesn't change. What happened to radius? Okay, radius you can put like 1. It changes to 2. So you need r square. R square changes from 1 to 4. What happens to h? H is divided by 3. So I don't like fractions. So I'm going to just put 3 and it becomes 1, right?
Yeah.
So then what is the volume? The volume is, well, you need to multiply this, and this, all together. So when you multiply this, you end up with pi here. You multiply this, you end up with 4/3 pi here. Okay. So the ratio is 1:4/3. Okay. So multiply both sides with 3 is going to be 3:4. Okay. But remember I told you before, at the end of the question, always read what they're saying, what they're asking. They're asking new volume to original volume. So they flipped it on you, With ratio questions, I'll say 80% of the time they flip it, to trap students. So watch out for that. It's going to be 4:3.
So yeah, so it's C.
Any confusion?
No, that makes sense.
Great.
Doing the height as 3 makes way more sense.
Okay, next important question is, This one, number 17. And this, you should use one of the apps I showed you. So go ahead and try this.
So we'll make the radio 100. So, and make a chart. So original, after. So originally, we'll say it's 100 for radio. After he makes a profit of 45%, so 100 times 1.45.
Yes, 1 point. Yeah, you can think it that way.
So the new one is 145. During the sale, he reduces his margin of profit to 40%, while his sales increase by 10%. What is the new ratio of his total new profit to the original profit? So during the sale, he reduces his margin of profit by 45%.
Yeah.
What do I do with that?
Yeah. Well, the price used to go up 45%. Now it goes up 40%. The radio sale, because of the lower price, has gone up 10%.
Okay. So it would be 100 times 1.4.
1 point what?
1.4 for. Oh wait, no.
Ooh, not quite.
No. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. This is actually.
The words are confusing.
Yeah. The words are confusing exactly. It will be. So what happened here is, it makes so in the past, he used to buy it for $100 and sell it for
145.
Yeah. Now he buys for $100, he sells it for 140. Okay. Again, since there is no numbers, we can just play with 100 forever, you know.
Yeah.
All percentage. So now radio, he used to sell 100. Now it goes up 110. So let's make a before after chart and see what we need. Before after, we need the number of radios. Radios used to be 100. Now it's 110. And the margin he used to have was
145?
no, 45. $45. He used to make $45. Now he makes only $40. Yeah. So his profit is, total profit is, you multiply these. He used to make $4,500 from the business. Now he makes $4,400. So you can see the ratio is 45 is to 44. Then you can see that they again switch the ratio on you, you know.
Yeah.
It should be 44 is to 45. Get it?
Yeah.
So now this question, if you plugged in X, Y, Z like your algebra teacher taught you, you'd be, you know, it'd take a long time to do it, right?
Yeah.
But you need to. So 100 makes it so much easier. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So the next important question would be number 20. It's a 3-variable question. Go ahead and try it first.
Takes 16 faucets, 10 hours to fill 8 bathtubs. How long will it take 12 faucets to fill 9 bathtubs? So, could I do a ratio with these?
Yes, this is a ratio question. Yes.
Yes. So 16 faucets to 12 faucets. 8 tubs to 9 tubs, 10 hours to, we don't know how many hours. Okay. Alright, so I don't know what to do from there.
Okay. There are 3 variables, so you have to be cautious because there's no relationship between the variables, among the variables.
Yeah.
It's like, not like speed times is distance, not like that. So with this kind of question, I have my own technique. I'll show you how to do it. You make a little chart. Faucet, hour, tubs. Okay. So you have 16 faucets, 10 hours, 8 tubs. Okay, that's the clue. What's the puzzle? The puzzle is 12 faucets, 9 tubs, and unknown hours, right? Okay. Now, this has gone down, this has gone up. So how do you find out how many hours it will take? Okay, like let's say you are an engineer in the New York Water Department, and last week, you filled up 8 big water tubs with 16 faucets. It took you 10 hours. You have to do the same thing today, and you want to know how many hours it will take, you know? So your first guess would be, well, in the past it took me 10 hours. I'd expect 10 hours again this week, right? Before you see that some things have changed, okay? Then you see something has changed. 16 has turned into 12. So do you think because of this faucet change, you're going to need more hours or less hours?
More hours because it's less faucet.
Yep, less faucet. So should you multiply with the ratio of 16 over 12 or 12 over 16?
12, no, 16 over 12.
Exactly. Even though it looks like 12 is a newer number, and most students make that mistake. They put the newer number. Exactly. So that you see that there is an increase, so put the bigger number on top.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Look at this. 8 tubs last time, now 9 tubs. Do you think it's going to take more time or less time?
More time.
More time. You have to make these decisions separately, okay? So it could be more and less, you know. So now, what do you multiply with?
9 over 8.
Yep. And you plug it in. Okay, plug it in in the calculator, and you get 15. Okay.
So the answer is 15 hours.
That's it.
Okay.
So you can use common sense to get to the answer, you know, quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try another question like this. Let's try and use this app to do this. Question number 36. Here you go. Sorry. Print screen. I'm going to make it smaller so you can. Oops, lost it. 227. There you go. 36. Okay. And I'm going to open this on the right side so you can see the app I used. So yeah, try number 36 using the app.
Okay. 10 men can survive for 24 days on 15 cans of rations. How many cans will be needed for 8 men to survive for 36 days? So the ratio, so we're looking for is men, days, and ration. So the first one is 10 men. 24, 15 cans. Next one is 8 men, 30, 36 days, and we want to know how many rations. So 10 men to 8 men will take less time, so decrease. So do I put 8 over 10? No. Yeah. Right?
Well, do you think it's going to take less food or more food?
Less food for 8 men.
Okay, so it should be
8 over 10?
Yep.
Cool.
On the other side?
24 days to 36 days, so an increase. So 36 over 24.
Perfect.
Then times 15. Right? So
Yep.
8 times 36 over 24 times 15.
Yep, that's it.
Cool.
Okay, cool. I think you got it. Got that. Okay, next question. Question number 21. Go ahead and try this first.
Uh, 21.
Yeah.
If 8% tax on a sale amounts to 96, was the final price tax included of the item? So it's like a two-step problem. So 8% on a sale amounts to, so what percent, or 8%, or 96 cents is 8% of what number? Is what they're asking for, right?
Yes, 96. Yeah, first you do that, yeah.
And then answer E.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. Good, good, good. You added them up at the end. Good. Okay, 22.
A certain class, 40% of the students are girls, and 20% of the girls wear glasses. What percent of the children in the class are girls who wear glasses? Okay. So should I substitute 100?
You can use 100, yes.
Okay, so 40%.
And you should use a tree diagram.
A tree diagram?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes. So there's 8, is it B? 8% of the girls wear glasses?
Yes, that's it.
Cool.
Okay. The way I set up is like I do this like this 100. You know, you get 40 girls and 60 boys. And this from here, you get 0.2, that's 8. Since you start with 100, you don't have to do any cop method or anything. You can just look at this and tell it's 8.
Yeah.
Right? Great. Okay, question number 25 is the next important question.
The length of a rectangle increases by 120% and width decreases by 20%. What happens to the area of the triangle? Let's see. Rectangle. Is it A?
No, I think the part you missed was the question says it goes increase by 120%. Increase by 120% doesn't mean it became 120. 100 didn't become 120. So if you make a little chart, make let's see, it changed to this. So what happened? It was 100 before, 100 before here. This one changed to 220. You know, the keyword is by. Okay, and this 100 change decreased towards it. This is 80. So if you multiply, this is 10000. This is 17600. At this point, I don't want my students to do any more math. They should look at this and see that it's 76%. Save a lot of time.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, go ahead and try 26.
Merchant buys an old carpet for $25. $15 to have it restored to good condition, and then sells it for $50. What is Kurt's net profit on his whole investment? So 25 plus 15, 40. He sells it for 50, so he makes $10.
Okay. $10.
So is it
Yeah.
10 over 40 times 100? So it's C?
No. $40 change to $50, right?
Mm.
You see that, right? You got most of the way, but you kind of lost the way at the end. You have 40.
Yeah.
It changed to 50. It went up by 10. So all you do is COP method. 10 over 40 times 100%. That's 25%.
25%. Let's do the fundamental math.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. How about 20? This one, 28.
circles. If the diameter of a circle doubles, the circumference of the larger circle is how many times the circumference of the original circle? Alright, so what was the acronym again? It was CARD.
Yep, perfect. 29.
Oh, sorry, 29. I thought we were on 28.
No, 20. You did it right. I said 28. You did 28 right.
Cool.
29.
Alright, so CARD. So the original, so circumference is pi d, and the diameter doubles, so it's 2 pi d.
Okay. Hold on a second. Isn't that the one you did? You said D for 28, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're doing 29, right?
Okay.
You got it right. The 28 is right.
The scale on the set of plans is 1 to 8. If a man reads a certain measurement on the plan as 5.6 instead of 6 inches, what will the resulting approximate error be on the full-size model? So its ratio is 1 to 8. If a man reads a certain measurement plan, is 5.6 instead of 6. Anyway, would be 0.4 over 5.6? You know, 0.4 over 6 times 100?
Yes, exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. 0.4 over 6 is right. Okay. How about 30?
So that beginning ratio of 1 to 8 is useless.
Yeah. You can use it. You can, but percent change for the model and percent change for the real thing is the same thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
30? 30, yeah.
Salesman bought 2 dozen television sets at $300 each. He sold 2/3 of them at 25% profit, was forced to take a 30% loss on the rest. What was his total profit or loss on the television set? So 2 dozen televisions is 24 at 300. He sold 2/3 of them at a 25% profit. So 2/3 of 24. So he sold 16 of them at a 25% profit.
Okay. 16 of them at 20. Yes, that's right. That's on the right track.
So
Yeah.
a 25% profit makes 300 into 375. So 375 times 16 equals 6,000. So he made a profit of 6,000 off of those 16% that he sold. But then the remaining 1/3 or remaining 8 he sold at a 30% loss.
Okay. Yep.
So he sold those at 210 apiece.
Yep. Perfect.
210 times 8. So he only sold those for 1,680. So his initial investment was 300 times 24, which is 7,200. And after he sold all of them, he only made 7,680. So his total profit was 7,680 minus 7,200. So it's 480. He made a gain of 480, so it's E. Right?
Yes. Okay, let me see. I'm going to draw this and show it to you. The buy, sell 1, sell 2. Okay?
Yeah.
So he buys 24 TV, sells 16 first and then 8. And the dollar amount was 300. And this was 375. And this is 210. When you multiply this 7,200, when you multiply this, you have 6,000. When you multiply this, is 1680. So you add these up, that's 7680. So the change here was plus 480. That's the profit.
Cool.
Right?
So
yep.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you have to break it down. So you're on the right track. Okay. Try this one. Next important one is number 33.
33. Cool. Man borrows 360. So he pays it back in 12 months installments of 31.50. What is his interest rate? So 31.50 times 12. So he borrowed 360. He's gonna have to pay back 378. So COP is 18 over 360 equals
Perfect. There you go.
100.
Perfect. There you go. Okay, 34. You got it. 34.
Yeah. Uh, 34.
Yeah.
A merchant marks a certain lamp up 30% above the original cost. Then he gives the customer a 15% discount. If the final selling price of the lamp was $86.19, what was the original cost? So it's working like backwards, I guess. So it would be 86.19 is what is 15 is what percent, or 8.19 is 15% of what number?
Okay. Yeah.
So it was, wait, no, it doesn't make sense.
See, the problem with this question is you cannot use 100 because they plugged in a number. See, 86.19.
Yeah.
That messed us up, you know. So we got to,
backward.
yeah, what we need to do is, yeah, we have to do backward. And what we need to do is, I'm going to make it bigger and show you here. Okay. We cannot use 100, but we can still use 100x because they gave us number, because I'd get the same kind of benefits. Let's see. You have, he buys at 100x. Here's like x, and this is like dollar. We don't know the dollar, and this is what we need to find out at the end. Yeah. Then there's a markup. It's 30%, so you can see that it's 30x. We don't know that either. So they sell at 130x. And we don't know that either. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's a discount at 15%. So discount was 15% of that 130. So it's 130 times 0.15. That's 19.5. So it should be 19.5x. And we don't know that either. Okay. And look at that. And then keep going. Final price, you subtract that, you get 110.5x. And guess what? That's what we know. At 86.19. Right? Make sense? Hello?
Yeah.
So you take 86.19 and divide that by 110.5. 0.78. So how do you find 100x? 100x. You just multiply with 100, you get 78. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
X equals to 0.78. This would be 78. Any confusion? So even if you cannot use 100, you can still use 100x and get the same benefits.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, skip that. Oh, try this one. Interesting question, 37.
On the map, a half inch represents 1 mile. How long is a border? Its representation is 1 and 15 feet long. Okay, so clue 1 is 1/2 inch to 1 mile. Puzzle is how long is a border? Its representation is 1 and 1/15 inches, so 1/15 feet, and we don't know how long that is. So we need to convert the 1 and 1/15 feet into inches, or right?
Yeah, well, 1 and 1/15. So it should be 16 over 15 feet. So half an inch is 1 mile. 16 over 15 feet is how many miles?
I don't know.
Okay. You're having a hard time?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show you the math way, then I'm going to show you a really quick way. Okay, common sense way. The math way would be like this. You remember the clue puzzle thing I told you earlier?
Yeah, I tried to set that up.
Yeah, so that's the math way. Then I'm going to show you a shortcut on top of that. So you should do clue 2 and puzzle. Okay. The clue to and puzzle, it works like this. You have the map, real. So we know the clue is 1/2 inch is 1 mile.
Yeah.
And the puzzle is, the answer is it says 1 mile 15 feet, 1 and 1/15 feet is X miles. So this is fine, you know. So this inch and foot are different. So you need to convert this to feet. So you divide by 12. So it's 1/24 feet is 1 mile. Now you have the license to cross multiply. X times 1/24 equals to 1 times 1 and 1/15, which is 16/15. So you need to multiply both sides with 24. Okay. So X is equal to 16 times 24/15. If you put it in the calculator, you'll get 25.6. So that's your answer. Okay? That'll be like the math way of doing it. Now, I'll show you a way where you can do it in your head without doing any of this hard work. Want to see?
Yeah.
The 1/2 an inch is 1 mile. 1 inch is how many miles?
25.
No. 1/2 an inch is 1 mile. 1
Yeah.
inch is how many miles?
2.
Yeah. So 1 foot is how many miles?
6.
No. They're not from Canada, right? Because Canadians don't know foot and inch. And so one inch is 2 miles. Okay? 2 miles.
So
1 foot is how many miles?
24.
Yeah. See,
Gotcha.
so you can very quickly see that 1 foot is 24 miles, right? Look at the question. It's asking just a little bit over 1 foot, right?
Yeah.
So look at the answers. Which is possible? You know?
It's the only possible one.
Yeah. See, you have to be street smart in this exam. It's not just about being good at math, you know?
Yeah.
You have to, I mean, instead of spending 2 minutes, if you spend 10 seconds on this question, that's like money in the bank, you know? That's like, you know, you save that time and use it for a crazy question, you know?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of questions you need to be able to do a lot of questions in 10, 15, 20 seconds. If you do that, you'll have a lot of time left for the crazy questions. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's very important. Okay, go ahead and try 38.
So the formula E equals HF. If E is doubled and H is halved, what happens to the values of H? Okay. So should I put E is doubled, so I'll keep E at 1. And H, I'll keep H constant. And F is half, so I'll make it 2.
Okay.
So I double it, then E becomes 2. H stays a constant, and F becomes 1. So 2 equals H1. H is multiplied by 4.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah,
Got it.
it's
That's it.
doubled by
That's
4.
it. That's it. That's it. Okay, good.
Cool.
All right. The next important question would be 43.
Yeah. successive discount of 20%, and then 12% are equivalent to a single discount of what? So if we do 100, 20% of 100 is 80. 12% of 80 is 64. No.
No.
So plug in 100 to do 20% of 100, which is 80, right?
Okay.
And then I did 12% of 80, which is 64.
No.
No.
See, what happened is 100 changed to 80, right? That's 20. And this 80, if you go 12% here, it's 88% here. If you do that, that's going to be $70.60. So how much did it change? You can see that it came down from here to here. That's $29.60. Since you use 100, you don't have to use any cop method. You see that it's $29.60 is your answer.
Wait, where'd the 88 come from?
0.88 because 12%, right? There's 88% left, right? Or you can just do the 12% and see that's 960. And you subtract the 960. It's 940. I'm sorry. 1740. This is yeah, that's right.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Okay, the next question will be 45. Try that.
Two sides of a rectangle change in such a manner that the rectangle's area remains constant. One side increases by 25%. What must happen to the other side? Okay. Is it D?
No. No. Remember I showed you that thing earlier. You can just have two rectangles and see what happens. 100 and 100.
Yeah.
The first one goes up 25%, so it's like 125 here. And this one changes. We'll see this. We don't know what is going to happen here. So when you multiply this, the area is 100,000. So that thing should be the same. So this should be 100,000. This is x. So x times that is, so you just divide by 125, and that's 80. Make sense?
Yeah. So it decreases.
Okay.
By
Okay, the next important one will be number 50 in this section. Then we'll move on to some rate questions. Go ahead and try it first.
Coconuts are twice as expensive as bananas. Bananas are 1/3 as expensive as grapefruits. What is the ratio of the price of one coconut to one grapefruit? Okay. So I should make a table. Coconuts equals QB. Bananas equals 1/3
Huh?
Is it 3 to 2?
Shouldn't it be 2 to 3?
Or 2 to 3?
Look, if you have coconut, banana, and grapefruit, coconut's twice as expensive as bananas. Is 200 to 100, and you can see that banana is 1/3 as grapefruit, so it's 300 cents. Okay, 200 cents, 100. So you can easily see it's 2 to 3, right?
Yeah.
That's it. All right.
Sure.
Let's do some rate problems. Okay. Speed times distance. You need to show you this first. I'm going to add a few more formulas. Okay. Green screen. And I'll put it here. So I'd like you to take a picture of this, but before that, let me just write a few more formulas. You need to see that principal times interest equals to profit. Okay? And percentage times total equals to proportion. Yeah, go ahead and take a picture of this. Okay? On your phone. It's good formulas to know. Okay. Okay. Let's try question number 8. 8 and 7. Okay, I'll show you 8 first, and then you can try 7. Okay. Speed times time equals to distance. That formula always holds. Okay.
Okay.
Now look what they gave us. A train went 300 miles from city X to Y. So X to Y, the distance is 300. Okay. Rate is 80. Okay, so you put 80 is the rate. We don't know the time, right? At what speed will it travel on the way back? So Y to X, what speed? This is what we need to find out. Okay, this is our goal. But they did not give us the time. They did not give us the distance. Okay? And they also tell us the average speed at the end was 100. This is 100. They did not give us any time. They did not give us any distance. So it looks like there are 9 spaces in this puzzle. Okay.
Yeah.
But the question gave us three of those. We have to think like a detective to find out the other, other points. So how do we get there? Can you tell me what you see already?
We can figure out the speed on the second one and the time on the first one.
How can you figure out the speed on the second one?
Because it has to equal 100. So 80 minus 100 is 20. No.
Think about it this way. If you drive to Florida 80 miles an hour,
yeah,
and you drive back at 20 miles an hour,
Not gonna happen.
Do you think you're going to come with your average speed is 100 miles an hour? It doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
First of all, you should, under any circumstance, never ever average speed or rate. It should never be averaged. Okay?
Yeah.
Once in a while, in special circumstances, you can add speed, like two cars coming toward each other, or two people working together, or two cars going in the opposite direction, kind of like working together, you know? When two things work together, you can add speed, but usually you're not supposed to add rates. Okay?
Okay.
So you should not just think it's 20 or, you know, it's like 120. A lot of students think this is 120, you know? But you should never average speed under any circumstance. Okay? Like think of it this way. Let's say you drive to Florida at 101 miles per hour, okay? And then you walk back 1 mile an hour, okay? So do you think your average speed was 51, right in the middle? No, because you were walking for such a long time, right?
Yeah.
The average speed is going to be pretty close to 1, you know, like 2 or something, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why you should never average speed. Because a concept a lot of students don't see it intuitively, you know, but it's, if you think about it a little bit, you'll see it's common sense, you know, it should not be averaged. So you cannot find speed, but you can find, like you said the other thing right. You said you can find the time for the first one. How do you find that? You tell me.
300 divided by
Perfect.
80.
Yep, it always works like this. A times B equals to C. C goes on top, A goes at the bottom. Okay, it's going to be 300 divided by 80. So if you put it in the calculator, you get 3.75. Okay. What else do you know?
Distance for on the way back was also 300.
Perfect. There you go. What else do you know?
What's the travel on its way back? So speed is what we're looking for.
You know the total is going to be 600.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what else do you know?
The average speed is 100.
The time
Oh.
for total, right?
Yeah.
100 times something is 600. Easy, right?
Yeah.
It was 6, right?
Mm.
So using that, you can find out the rest of the time, which is going to be 2.25, right?
Yeah.
Now, since you know two things, the multiplied things goes at the bottom and the answer goes at the top. So the 300 divided by 2.25. Okay. If you put that in the calculator, you find 133 and 1/3.
Gotcha.
Okay. Any confusion?
No.
Okay, great. Number 7.
Okay, if a man can run P miles in X minutes, how long will it take him to run P miles at the same rate? So it's P miles speed.
Okay.
But is it B?
B.
Dx divided by Q?
Okay, no, it's You said B or D?
B as in boy.
Okay. Well, it's not B. The reason is here. Speed times time equals the distance, right? So what the clue here is, he goes P miles in X minutes. So P and X, these are given. And the puzzle is, we go Q miles, and we need to find out how many minutes. So they did not give us any speed, but we can find that from the given information. We can put P over X here, right? And then you can bring it down here, P over X. Then you can take this to the bottom, take this to the top. Q divided by P over X, which is equal to QX over P. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. You want to call it a night?
Yeah, it's 11, isn't it?
Yeah. How late do you stay awake?
What's up?
Are you a late night person?
Yeah, usually, except I have to be at work tomorrow. I have to wake up for work tomorrow at 6.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Good job. I think you picked up pretty well. How does your schedule look this week?
This week.
Too much time left.
You have,
Do you have any daytime open?
yeah, do you have any daytime on Friday?
Yes. What time works?
What time do you have available?
I can do 10 to 12.
10 to 12?
Yeah. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
10 to 12 in the morning. Okay. Okay. Alrighty, so I'll see you at that time, okay?
Sure.
Alrighty, take care. Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.